Hi, Will from Sound on Sound here, and I'm here with Rick from PreSonus. Rick, how are you doing?
Great.
Excellent.
Sweating.
Sweating in the Nashville heat.
That's right.
We're checking out a new product right now, which is not actually launched at Summer NAMM. It's we're doing a secret thing, aren't we?
Super secret, yes. And
But by the time they see this, it won't be super secret anymore.
No.
What is it?
This is the brand new refresh of the Faderport. So the Faderport has been one of our most popular products. It's a control surface for, of course, Studio One, but a variety of other DAWs. And now, in the last year or so, we've put out the Faderport 8 and the Faderport 16. Now we've updated the single Faderport to all of the new features.
So do you want to talk us through some of those features then? What's different about this Faderport that's not in the original?
Okay, well, the main difference is that we really paid attention in making this better kind of integration with all of the different DAWs. So, the original Faderport really worked well with Studio One, obviously, because we're PreSonus and we make Studio One. But we also supported Huey very well. But what we tried to do differently with this is we have different modes for some of the most popular DAWs. So when you power the unit up, you can choose between, of course, Studio One mode, Pro Tools mode, but then we have a Cubase mode, Logic mode, and also an Ableton Live mode. So really a little bit more tighter integration for some of the other DAWs.
And what does that tighter integration look like then?
Well, basically, the MCU protocol works differently with the different DAWs a little bit. And so, originally in previous versions, we basically had one kind of MCU mode for everybody else, but it worked better in some DAWs than others. That's why we wanted to make sure that as much of these different functions that we could give specifically to each DAW would be able to be done. So the main new kind of features, you've got the Session Navigator section here, so it allows you to link adjacent channels. You can, of course, pan using the big blue knob, but then also you can flip the pan to the fader, and you have the ability, when you hit the channel button, to scroll through your channels. You can also, hitting the scroll, you can scroll through the timeline or also zoom, and then you have the ability to, when on the master button, to turn the fader straight to the master fader. And then you can turn your click track on and off. You can, with the section button, you can basically nudge regions. And the marker button allows you to drop in markers and then, of course, navigate markers. So aside from the typical kind of transport controls that you have here, of course, you've got, cycle or loop, play, fast forward. If you hit both of these buttons together, it goes return to 0. And then you've got all of your automation modes up here. So, touch automation, write, read, and then of course, solo, mute, and arm. So this really is the perfect companion to any DAW. It allows you to navigate your DAW very quickly, write automation very quickly, doesn't take up a whole lot of room on the desktop. And then, of course, you've got also a foot switch on the back, so you can, if your DAW supports it, you'll be able to punch in and out using the foot switch.
And this operates over USB then, does it?
Yes.
Okay, great. And it's just sending the control messages?
Correct.
Okay, fantastic. And how is it powered then? Is it bus powered or do you need a power supply?
You do need a power supply because this is a true touch-sensitive 100mm moving fader. And the quality of the fader and the motor that we're using requires more than bus power, so you do have to have it plugged in, but of course it ships with the power adapter in the box.
What's the resolution of the fader then?
Well, actually, we support up to 1,024 steps of resolution in not only Studio One, but all of the supported DAWs, so Pro Tools, Cubase, Logic, and Ableton.
And how much will this cost, and when will it be available, Rick?
It's going to be shipping in July, probably by the end of July, really in stores probably by early August, and it's going to have a US street price of $199.
Great. Okay. Thanks very much, Rick.
Thanks a lot.